And here we go, NASL Season 2 qualifier, and we have MarineKingPrime against SlayersAlicia. This is going to be quite an interesting match. Map number 1 is, of course, once again Terminus. As you can see, Marine King is starting at the left side of the map at 9 o'clock, and his opponent is starting to his right. He's starting at the 12 o'clock start position. SlayersAlicia, the Protoss player that we've seen playing yesterday as well. So the NASL Season 2 qualifier has been pretty interesting so far. We've seen a lot of really intense and good matches. And of course, we recorded all of them. They will be uploaded onto YouTube. They will be available on my English channel, Caldor On Demand. Just have a look if you missed any of the games. Marine King against Alicia, Terran versus Protoss match we are going to see right now. And once again, it's a little bit disappointing. The players don't, well, every time I cast Koreans, I just have a look at the APM tab because I want to see those 500 or 600 APM at the start of the game. As for example, MC is the player that is spamming APM like crazy. He's really nuts about that. But neither Alicia nor Marine King are doing me that favor, so we are stuck with roughly 200 APM. That's the same amount we see on the Korean server, on the European server, so nothing too exciting. But let's focus a little bit on the builds. We see the first barracks coming up for Marine King, and of course the one thing that the Protoss player is wondering about now is what is going to happen in the base of the Terran player. Is he going to go, is he going to get a second barracks? Is he going to get that tech lab, those marauders with the concussive shells, and is he trying to put some pressure onto my expansion? But actually he doesn't give a shit about it, as he's going for the Nexus first. Without scouting or doing anything at all, Alicia is just going for the Nexus first, so he's not even bothering with scouting before that. He gets the Nexus, the first building against a Terran. That's quite a ballsy move. And I'm pretty curious if MarineKingPrime will punish him for that. He's not scouting himself just yet either. As you can see, the probe is already in position, tries to sneak up that ramp, but the second supply depot is being built, and therefore he has no chance of getting a glimpse into the main base of the Terran player. And he has no idea what's happening. He doesn't know about the gas. There could also be coming up a no gas expansion of his opponent. But right now, what is Marine King doing? He's waiting with this SCV, and there is the factory. So he's going straight for his factory, getting the second refinery, and he's not scouting at all. He's not scouting one bit, and therefore the expansion of Alicia, that move, that pretty bold move, is safe. There is one gate so far, the second gate coming up. We have the cybernetics core as well, and this is obviously, here comes the eco slide. We have a chrono boost on the Zealot, needs to have some units, and he's still scouting with that probe. He's still scouting with that probe, took possession of the Xel'Naga watchtower, is now having a look if the Terran player is trying to expand, if there is anything up that ramp that he can get a glimpse of. The factory is about to finish, and there is one SCV on his way to get some scouting information right now. The starport is coming up, and the tech lab as well, so Benji is incoming. And the big question for us now is, when will Alicia actually build his robotics? When will he get his robotics? Is he thinking that there might be a push coming up, that his opponent is going for a barracks play with large bioforce? Will he focus on the gateway units, or is he actually going to save up some gas and get that robotics? Because without it, he will be in a lot of trouble. The Terran player has a lot of gas right now and can easily just go for that cloaked Benjis. As you can see, he's already on 200 gas, so he can start the cloak if need be, and then just wait for 50 more gas to get that Benji. And there's the cloak. Immediately starts the cloak and the cloak upgrade. And right now the Protoss player isn't really getting too much gas. He's on 20 gas right now. He's adding a third gateway, now another simulator, a fourth gateway. He's not spending any resources on that robotics. Of course he knows about the timings. He's perfectly aware of those timings, but is he really... Is he taking a guess here? Is he going to get that robotics in time, or is he just taking a guess and hoping that his opponent is doing just something else? He's poking up that ramp with those stalkers. Sees a lot of Marines, getting a third stalker as well, and still he doesn't really rely on a robotics. He has no scouting information whatsoever. He doesn't know what's happening, and he's getting a forge. He's getting a forge instead, tries to get up those cannons. Will they be in time? That's the question, because right now the first Benji is already on its way. The tech lab is about to be done with that upgrade. And at the entrance to his base, Alicia is just poking, he's just trying to kill one or two Marines, nearly losing his Stalker. And the first Banshee is in position. There's the warp in. Where is the Cloak? Cloak not done just yet. He needs to be careful. As you can see, the second Banshee is halfway done. We have the Forge, and now additional kills for this Banshee. 4 kills already, a 5th kill. Cloak is already done. And when he's losing so many units right now, he's losing so much economy. He's losing mining time as well. And there is already one cannon. Well, still needs some time to finish, but with 9 kills, 10 kills, even more. Oh my god. Just have a look at that. That's 12 kills already. 13 kills. Jesus Christ. Just doesn't stop. That's 15 kills for that Banshee. Just retreating now. Getting finished, but where's the second Banshee? Is the second Banshee already in position at the natural? No, it isn't just yet, but it's on its way. And of course, the Terran player right now is getting additional production capabilities. He's getting additional barracks. He has tanks already now. He's getting Marines, and more Marines. That cannon had to be cancelled, and another probe is just dying. He killed 18 probes in total so far, and as you can see, we have 33 SCVs against 24 drones, and he is able to kill off the sentry as well. This is just brutal. I mean, what the hell? Marine King is annihilating Alicia. He's just killing him. That guy doesn't stand a chance against that Banshee play. He was gambling quite a bit. He was going for that fast expansion, which worked out perfectly, but he was so afraid of a bio push that he just focused on those gateways. He didn't get robotics, he didn't get the Forge in time for those cannons, and the Banshees were able to deal a huge amount of damage. And now it will be quite hard for the Protoss player to deal with that Terran push, because MarineKingPrime is moving out right now. This is Twilight Council coming up. Of course, Alicia wants to get fancy now. He needs some DTs, needs some lucky punch, needs to get some lucky punch in and maybe knock out Marine King, but Marine King is nobody to be trifled with. He's just walking into the main base of his opponent with all those Marines, 25 of them. The siege tanks, no siege mode, but he doesn't need it. Researched it right now, but the extra damage against the Stalkers will be enough. And focusing the Nexus, and here comes another Guardian Shield, taking out that sentry in an instant. And now all those Stalkers are going to die, actually dealing a lot of damage themselves, but still the siege tanks are in position. There are SCVs. There are SCVs everywhere in order to repair and act as a meat shield, and that's about it. The cannon dies as well. 70 supply against 32. The Protoss player is getting annihilated by Marine King. 28 worker supply against 24. And here's the GG, and MarineKingPrime wins the first map in this best of 3 matchup. Here we go. Game number 2, MarineKingPrime against SlayersAlicia. And the Terran player was quite successful in his attempt to destroy the Protoss in this best of 3. The first map, Terminus, wasn't really a big problem for Marine King, as Alicia didn't get any scouting information early on, because Marine King was able to close that choke. And the main problem for Alicia was his expansion. His Nexus first worked quite well, but he didn't get any scouting capabilities in terms of observer units, detection units. And Marine King with his Banshees, he could just annihilate him. He got into his main base, killed 18 workers, annihilated the economy of his opponent, and following push with tanks and Marines just finished the Protoss player. There were SCVs everywhere ready to repair and attack themselves. Right now we are on the second map. We see Shattered Temple, and we have Marine King at the 12 o'clock start position. To his right at close air, the Protoss player is spawning in blue once again and getting his gateway this time as the first building, so not that ballsy after all on map number 2, playing it a little bit more safe and trying to scout immediately. Of course, he wants to know what's happening in the main base of his opponent, if there's going to be a second barracks. And I'm a little bit surprised that he's scouting the close position. I doubt that they are really playing the version of this map they were supposed to play, because usually on most of the league maps you can't spawn on close position, and I seriously doubt that the NASL is using a version of Shadow Temple where you can do that. So this was kind of a wasted scout by him, and in the meantime, the first barracks is up already. The command center is on its way. As you can see, there's no gas yet, so this might either be a push with Marines, or, well, there's no second barracks so far, or just a fast expansion for the Terran player. Yeah, let's keep it a little bit under observation. Let's have a look what the Protoss is doing. He's getting a cybernetics core second, of course, getting a second gas fairly early as well. And let's just have a look at that scouting probe. Will it survive? No, it won't. The Marine is already in place, so there's no chance that he's going to get up that ramp. And the expansion is being built by Marine King. And this situation is really horrible for the Protoss player. He scouted the Terran at the last possible position, and therefore he has no idea what's happening. He's trying to sneak in. He's trying to sneak in that base, and now we just have to see if he was able to scout that. As you can see on the minimap, he has no idea what's happening. No idea whatsoever. He didn't see that expansion. He didn't see a single building, and therefore he's now playing blindly, and that's the worst thing that can happen as a Protoss player to you. You want to get a relatively fast expansion. You want to expand as a Protoss player, and you can't do that if your opponent is going for a heavy bio play early on with the Marauders, with the Marines, and just trying to push you. If he's playing with a double barracks, with a reactor and a tech lab, then you're screwed as soon as you place down that expansion with, for example, only one gate, and therefore the Protoss player has to rely on a different style. He's going for that Stargate right now, trying to kind of play a one-base strategy, but he doesn't really know what's going on the main base of his opponent. And Marine King is going for that no-gas expansion. Doesn't have a refinery just yet, is of course enforcing his army with additional Marines coming out of all those barracks that he's building, and he will be safe against any airplay as well, because those Phoenixes just can't deal with the Marines. If there are enough Marines, they will be able to shut down any airplay by his opponents. Even the Void Ray won't make a difference in this situation. So the opening of Alicia is not really the best thing that could happen to him, and he is one Stalker. He sees all those Marines just streaming out of the main base of his opponent, and here comes one Forge and of course an additional gateway for the Protoss player right now. Let's have a look at the Phoenix. Phoenix is just scouting a little bit, having a glimpse over there what's happening in the main base of Marine King. He's already finished with his orbital command information that Alicia doesn't have just yet. So let's have a look. We have an additional mule and no gas. Still no gas. He's focusing on those Marines still, and now Alicia is getting his expansion as well. Fairly late, and as you can see, we have a huge army for the Terran player already. He's on 25 SCVs against 24 probes. We have 19 Marines, only 2 Stalkers, 1 Sentry, and 2 Phoenix. So the army supply of the Terran player is already at 26 against 10, and his worker supply is superior to the worker supply of the Protoss player as well. This is not a situation you want to be in. Marine King is trying to attack with all those Marines, some SCVs as well, and Alicia has to cancel that expansion. He has to cancel that expansion. Is only able to defend his ramp, and this is a horrible spot for the Protoss player to be in, as he's not able to get any additional income. He just has to defend his base and is contained by his opponent. Now he has to use one Guardian Shield. The SCVs will die. The Marines not able to deal a lot of damage. I'm actually not too happy with that move. He needs to leave 1 sentry behind in order to place down another force field, but he doesn't have enough energy on those sentries, does he? Oh, the 4th one is ready. And as you can see, he's not able to get up that ramp. So in my opinion, MarineKingPrime shouldn't have approached at the ramp, because he was aware of the number of sentries already, but he screwed up a little bit. He doesn't have additional, he doesn't have a 5th sentry to close off that ramp entirely, and that's quite a blunder by the Protoss player, because like that, the Terran is moving up that ramp, killing a lot of units. Nice unit control by Marine King, but the Protoss player actually doing a lot of damage right now, able to force back that Marine force, that bio force of the Terran player. Now he will try to get his expansion up as well. Yeah, you need a lot of sentries if you want to wall off that choke entirely. So 4 won't do the trick if they didn't get the chance of accumulating some energy beforehand. We have 3 gates so far and that robotics, and still only on 25 probes against 34 SCVs. So the economy of Alicia is in a really bad spot right now. Marine King was able to delay that expansion quite a lot. Those Phoenixes are trying to snipe the occasional unit. They have 2 kills, each of them killing Marines early on. But now, as you can see, they are in a lot of trouble, not dealing a lot of damage. There are 7 workers killed by Alicia. And of course, remember those SCVs that Marine King used to basically what kind of guard those Marines as well. We have the engineering bay up. And here comes the factory and the starport. There's 1 add-on at the tech labs getting that combat shield. He doesn't have stim just yet. And for the Protoss player, it's going to be Colossi. He's going to try to get Colossi as fast as possible, deal with those Marines. There's extended thermal lance being upgraded, but he is still on 1 mining base. His Nexus is about to finish, but this is still quite a tough spot. The Protoss, due to his lack of scouting information, had to play it a little bit more safe, and Marine King just expanded, has a very good economy going for him. He has a lot of resources that he can spend on upgrades, that he can spend on units. He's already on 39 army supply, 44 worker supply. Count in the mules, and you know in what kind of a bad spot the Protoss player is right now. Because if you have a look at that income, he basically gets 3 times the mineral income of his opponent. And this is just horrible for Alicia and beautiful for MarineKingPrime, obviously. He played it very well, but was a little bit lucky that the Protoss player scouted his starting position as last possible spawning position, so therefore he didn't get any scouting information at all and couldn't react to the build of his opponent. We have those 2 medivacs ready to drop into the main base of his opponent. We have the +1 attack upgrade being researched. Stim is on his way as well after the combat shield was done. Marauders are joining the Marine force, and here we go with that drop, just clearing that pylon. And now is he trying to drop on top of the lift? No, there's a Colossus as well. He needs to be careful about that, but still, the Protoss player playing very, very defensive, and the Terran is just in a very, very good situation right now. He has a lot of units. Let's have a look at the unit counting station. 33 Marines. We have 5 Marauders, 47 SCVs, and of course he's getting additional attack labs right now because he needs to get a lot more Marauders if he wants to deal with those Colossi. He has 106 supply against 76, so he's ahead with 30 supply. Let's have another look at the army supply. 57 against 44, 51 against 40. There are 2 Colossi on the field so far. There come the Marines, and they are just trying to kill that economy, kill those harvesters. He's splitting his units, and he's doing a very good job at that, killing those probes, and now trying to take out the Nexus as well. Maybe just stream in and try to snipe it. And the Colossi are doing a fair amount of damage to the Marines, as you can see. Nice unit control by Alicia as well, melting away all those Marines right now. But will the economy survive? We lost a lot of workers, but the whole force of the Terran player is getting annihilated. He's not killing too many units, but he killed the economy, killed about 20 workers by now, 20 probes, and that is just a lot. As you can see, 28 drones, probes, sorry, against 55 SCVs. This is just horrible. 1,700, 1,800, 900, 2,000. Oh my god, he has still 3 times the income of his opponent, is relying a lot more on Marauders now. We have the Medivacs in position as well. There's a Ghost Academy on its way, so this is really, really good for Marine King. He's getting upgrades. He finished the +1 attack upgrade. He's getting the armor upgrade for his Bioforce, and as soon as he hits 2-2 or even 3-3, those bio units will be so strong. And for the Protoss player, it's simply impossible to get a decent army supply. I mean, he's on 50 right now, but he's lacking the production capabilities of the Terran player. And as you can see, MarineKingPrime is about to expand once again. He's getting ghosts right now to be able to use those EMPs against the Protoss shields. And with only 3 Colossi, those Marauder will pose a really immediate threat to the Colossi as soon as the fight unfolds. We have Stalkers in the mix, and that's about it. There are no Zealots, there is no charge upgrade, that's not even the Twilight Council. And he doesn't have any upgrades for those gateway units as well. He doesn't even have a forge, to my knowledge. I don't think he already built one, so he doesn't have any upgrades at all. He doesn't have any stalkers, doesn't have charge, he doesn't have blink. That's the only army he has. He has to rely on beautiful force fields, and there aren't that many sentries in the mix, only 5 of them. There's the forge coming up right now, and in the meantime, the Terran player enforced his army. We have 82 army supply, 64 for the opponent, and now with the Marauder force that heavy, 25 Marauders. MarineKingPrime is attacking SlayersAlicia. This might be the final push. He's just streaming in with his army. Where are the force fields? No force fields at all, and he's getting obliterated. Every unit dies within seconds. He's just using stim. All those Colossi are done for. And that's the GG 2-0. MarineKingPrime takes that series without losing. Again, congratulations to the Terran player, and SlayersAlicia is eliminated out of the competition.